Hi guys, Biracial Tiffany here. This is a very impromptu vlog, meaning that I haven't been thinking about making it for a few days, and actually I thought my next few videos would be interviews and not of me talking. But I read something today that I just have to make a vlog about. This is also going against a rule I had that I was not going to talk about One Drop until I finished it, and I'm only halfway through and it's so good. Okay, so, do I go into what the book is about? No, I don't. I'm just going to tell you what I read. Bliss Broyard is the author of this book, and she is talking about the Civil War and the events leading up to the Civil War. She says, speaking of do your research, Alexander Stephens, the newly elected vice president of the Confederacy, made a speech in Savannah in 1861, I believe. I Wikipedia'd it just to make sure that, you know, I tried to fact check my research, I guess. He made this speech outlining the southern states' reason for secession. Our government is founded upon, ... the great truth that the Negro is not equal to the white man, that slavery, subordination to the superior race, is his natural and moral condition. This, our new government, is the first in the history of the world based upon this great physical, philosophical, and moral truth. Excuse me? I'm not going to tell everyone who says that the Confederacy has nothing to do with slavery and its Southern pride and the right to govern yourself or something, that you're wrong, but I would like to know how you uphold that kind of a statement in the face of this historical fact. What? God. Okay. And also, you supporters of the Confederate flag, I don't mean to make this like me against you. But anyway, often people say that black men fought for the Confederacy. In this book, we learn that colored men explained that they'd been threatened with death or destruction of their property unless they volunteered. One man reported that a policeman advised him to join up if he didn't want to be hanged. But some men also volunteered for the hope of improving their position in society. So, I mean, I guess if that's what you're saying, that was more of a choice. So talking about those soldiers that were in the Confederate Army, the Confederate government regarded the Native Guard, and that's what the colored troops were called, as mostly for show. The men were never given arms, uniforms, or any tactical assignments. They did little else but parade up and down the streets in gray coats and trousers they had purchased themselves, carrying their own antiquated muskets, or walking empty-handed. So, if any of you Confederate flag lovers I just would really love a response, I guess, as to how you can say that the Confederacy has nothing to do with slavery when what I have read, you know, just today, that the most famous speech about the Confederacy seceding from the Union is that this, our new government, is the first in the history of the world based upon this great physical, philosophical, and moral truth that the Negro is not equal to the white man. Please explain. It also states in this book that some people seem to justify their preference for the Confederates in the Civil War as a case of rooting for the underdog and that the South didn't have a chance against the Yankees. But I think the underdog is clearly always the black people, so I don't really buy that theory. So how proud am I feeling of being white today? Because I'm proud to be me, and part of me is white. I'm still going to say I'm proud to be who I am, but that's the sentence today as it stands. And I just have been thinking about people passing for white and black, actually, and thinking that shouldn't it be proof to both sides that if people have passed black people have passed for white, and many have done it successfully, obviously, I think it's obvious. I don't know why. But anyway, so I think that should debunk a lot of theories of black inferiority. It should be proven to white people who unwittingly accepted black people as their own that there really is no difference other than what you can see. And ways that we are socialized. But, you know, socialization equal no difference. And people have not only, I am learning from this book, passed for black. So all white people really can't be that terrible, and I hope that in the black community that I'm often told is so accepting, more accepting of biracial people than white people are, we're still like just as much them as we are you, and so doesn't that give some validity to the fact that it's just not all bad?